Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Now at 10, Waterbury police are now investigating a second homicide within 24 hours, leaving a club owner dead. How the police chief is responding to this weekend's back-to-back violence. Plus, Watertown police sending another strong reminder to all drivers to lock your doors after someone's car got stolen at a gas station. The incident captured on a surveillance camera. A locally designed clothing brand showcasing more than style and trendiness. The purpose behind the apparel and its contribution to the community. The Fox 61 News at 10 starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the News at 10. I'm Carmen Chow. One man is in custody after a deadly shooting outside a nightclub in Waterbury last night. Fox 61's Emma Wolfhorst is live in Waterbury now with the latest. Emma?
Yeah, Carmen, we're here outside the police department. That shooting happening around 11 o'clock last night outside Salsa Tropical Social Club. The victim, 51-year-old Dennis Santos, the owner of that club. Family, friends gathered outside Salsa Tropical Sunday evening, mourning the loss of Dennis Santos. Police responded to the venue Saturday night for a shots-fired complaint. Santos was transported to Waterbury Hospital prior to officers arriving on scene. He succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead at the hospital just before midnight.
We're kind of still going through it and reviewing video footage and trying to work our way through it. But, we have identified the suspect, Ramon Rodriguez.
44-year-old Rodriguez fled the area Saturday but was located by police. He's currently being held on a $2 million bond.
We're confident that Ramon Rodriguez is the shooter and responsible for the murder of Santos.
Officials say this is still an active investigation and there could be more arrests, but there is currently no threat to the public. The shooting wasn't the only one in Waterbury Saturday. 28-year-old Sebastian Olivaria was killed earlier outside Mikey's Jamaican restaurant around 1:40 a.m.
2 homicides back-to-back is a lot of strain on the department. Frankly, any department, it's difficult.
Spagnola says it's been a pretty violent summer here. He says the department is currently receiving assistance from the state police as well as federal partners. I also reached out to the mayor's office but did not hear back. Reporting live in Waterbury, Emma Wolfhorst, Fox 61 News.
A busy weekend for police in Waterbury. Thank you, Emma. And turning now to the weather watch, we couldn't have asked for a more perfect weekend. Comfortable temperatures with plenty of sunshine. Let's toss it over to meteorologist Sam Samperi. Hey, Sam.
Absolutely gorgeous, Carmen. I think we can keep it going for the first half of this week. We got a 84 today, basically average, but cool this morning. Got into the upper 40s and lower 50s for 64 Torrington, 65 in Meriden, 74 in New Haven. So we're a little bit warmer than we were yesterday at this time, but it doesn't matter because we are very comfortable out there. You see these dew points are down in the 50s. We like that for August standards. And yeah, we have partly cloudy to clear skies. There's a batch of clouds that moved up from the south. Showers off to our south and west will not bother us. Just a few clouds around overnight. Partly cloudy to clear, and it'll be cool, cooling down to the temperatures down in the upper 50s to lower 60s, staying in the low 60s in the inner cities and the shoreline towns with a light wind going on. And tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, a nice day in the afternoon with high temperatures reaching the low and possibly middle 80s. Inland, a little bit cooler along the beaches with a southeast flow. Coming up, I will detail this week. There are some big changes coming up. I'll time out a potential storm, well, not a potential storm, and what does that mean for our drought conditions? All the details coming up in a few minutes. Carmen.
Sam, thank you. A strange case of burglary in Naugatuck early yesterday morning, ending in 1 woman arrested and 2 people bitten. It happened on Park Avenue. 21-year-old Ashley Schultz of Naugatuck allegedly entered a home thinking it was their friends and began drinking alcohol from the fridge. Police say Schultz bit an officer and EMT when they later found her in the area. She faces multiple charges and is due to appear in court tomorrow. State Republicans gathered in Meriden today for a unity picnic. GOP candidates for congressional, statewide, and local legislative offices showed up, greeted guests, and spoke to the audience. Organizers say around 150 people attended. Their goal is to connect with voters and state party leaders ahead of the November general election.
We were all here, candidates who won, candidates who didn't prevail this time, but we're here to support one another and to show Connecticut that we are ready to fight for Connecticut families.
This event comes after state Democrats hosted a similar rally on Saturday. State GOP leaders say they started organizing their picnic over 3 weeks ago. A troubling scene in Cheshire early this morning. One person is dead after a single car crash. Police say it happened around 5 a.m. in the area of Diamond Hill Road and South Meriden Road. Responding officers say the driver, who was the only one in the car, died before they got on scene. Roads in the surrounding area were closed for multiple hours. The crash is still under investigation. And every driver's worst nightmare after parking your car taking place earlier today in Watertown. Take a look at this security footage. Watertown police saying the black Nissan Altima that you see there was stolen from the Shell gas station on Straits Turnpike. The keys were left inside the vehicle while the driver went inside the store. Police saying the whole thing took place in a matter of 7 seconds. Still no word yet on whether the car has been recovered. Watertown police offering tips on how to prevent this from happening to you. First and foremost, they say never leave your cars in the car unattended. As you can see, it only takes seconds for someone to take off with your vehicle. They also say to make sure to lock your car if you are not inside of it. And they are reporting there has been a, quote, drastic increase in stolen motor vehicles throughout town and in the area. A new Bristol-based clothing brand is going beyond the materialistic and designing with a purpose, hoping to help neighbors while also keeping people stylish. It's called DK Movement. Co-owners Kelly Houston and Derek Jones are using the brand to support their neighbors by donating a portion of their proceeds to local organizations. So far, the two have hosted service-based events with the Boys and Girls Club of Bristol, as well as the Agape House, an organization that serves the city's homeless population.
And the purpose of the clothing brand is to spread our message of people knowing their worth, being unstoppable, building your confidence.
It's been a very long road. We want people to know that no matter where you come from, no matter what you do in life, you can succeed.
DK Movement is a luxury streetwear brand. The business just partnered with Avril's Boutique in Bristol to sell their clothes and accessories at that location. Big crowds flocked to East Rock Park in New Haven today for the first ever EMDR Walk in the Park. The event was hosted by Trauma Recovery EMDR Humanitarian Assistance Programs. EMDR is a psychotherapy method to help people recover from trauma and PTSD symptoms. All event proceeds will go to raising support for EMDR therapy and mental health.
Because of man-made or natural disasters, because of war, so many of us will, if not personally experience it, know that it's going on and want to make a difference. And that's what I think people want to do.
The mission of Trauma Recovery is to increase the capacity for effective treatment of psychological trauma in underserved communities around the world. With the new school year just around the corner, local police are helping families get ready. State Police Troop A and Southbury Police Department have been busy collecting backpacks and other school supplies. It's all to support the Southbury Women's Club with Operation Backpack. Items needed include lunch boxes, water bottles, and ice packs.
And their goal is to assist needy families in the Southbury area in regards to getting them school supplies to come back to the school year that's coming up.
Monetary donations are also accepted through the Southbury Women's Club, and the organization also has an Amazon wish list people can support. Health officials believe monkeypox could potentially be spreading into new groups. This coming as the Biden administration is working to keep ahead of the virus after declaring it a public health emergency. The CDC reports more than 11,000 cases have been confirmed across the country. Vaccines are currently being prioritized for those in high-risk groups, although a new injection method might change that by requiring less of a dose per person. The White House is also monitoring wastewater to pinpoint where higher rates of infection are.
This means that 1/5 of the original dose needs to be used. This will help medical providers stretch out the limited vaccine supply that we have. Better data means we can focus our resources where they are needed most to stop the spread.
Experts believe the vaccine will be more widely available to the general public sometime next year. And here in the Nutmeg State, we now have 59 confirmed cases since our first case back in July. There are currently 20 different places to receive a vaccine, but supplies are limited to people with a higher chance for exposure. You also have to be 18 or older. As monkeypox cases soar across the globe, the World Health Organization is now asking the public to propose new names for the virus. For weeks, the WHO has been criticized over the name monkeypox, with some saying it has racist connotations and creates a stigma towards the illness. In a statement released on Friday, the organization said it was creating an open forum to accept suggestions for a new name. The WHO has already renamed 2 variants of the virus. The variant formerly known as Congo Basin will now be referred to as Clade 1 or 1, and the West Africa variant will be known as Clade 2 or 2.